What is going on, everybody? I'm Jabby Kuwait, joined by Chara Kirk.
What's up?
We're continuing forward with Beef. Another episode, another day. Season 1, Episode 4, just not all at the same time. Unlike the Michelle Yeoh movie by, oh gosh, I forgot the director's name.
The Daniels.
The Daniels. By A24. You guys, if you're watching this on YouTube, you're seeing a cut down version of our reaction because we can only show you a limited amount of picture-in-picture, but if you want to watch the whole thing with us, no cuts, no interruptions, head over to our Patreon page, patreon.com/JabbyKuwait, or become a member of this channel. You'll get access to the full uncut reaction, but you will need your own Netflix subscription, so you can open up each episode in an adjacent window to our reaction. We give you a 3-2-1 countdown sync, and it's like you're watching it with two of your favorite cinepals from the internet. Whenever you look at me, it makes it harder to cut around this stuff, Achara, because then your head's gonna do this and the cuts, so don't look at me when I mess up. Okay, so, Achara, like, you messed up.
No, I didn't.
So if you guys are watching this on Patreon or memberships already, thanks so much for supporting us here. If you're watching this on YouTube, hit the subscribe button, bell icon, all notifications. Pretty please vote this up. Let YouTube know you're enjoying what you're watching. Here we go.
Thanks again for driving. Ubers were surging.
Oh, God.
So you want to hang out this week?
No.
You know, I have to go to Vegas for work, so...
How about next week?
My boy lives in Vegas.
Oh, no, God.
You into MMA? Mixed martial arts? My boy, he's about to pop off. He's like solid.
Paul, could you do me a favor and just not, like, tell anybody about this?
You have a boyfriend, huh?
Not a boyfriend, exactly.
An ex?
Paul, I'm married. Look, you seem like a really good kid, and, come here.
Oh, what?
What?
She needs it to
Oh my God.
Go now before I do something stupid.
His look. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh.
Junie, it's gonna be a family trip and it's gonna be fun, okay?
Paw Patrol's coming too.
Okay, come on, baby. Come on, Junie. Let's go.
Here's so much. Bubba will lead us to Vegas.
Junie, stop that, okay?
Oops.
Are you okay?
Oh, that'll give you something to cry about. Oh, no.
Made her cry a little bit less.
I really thought this would help us refocus on one another, you know?
Don't worry about us. We'll do our family trips when you iron out the deal.
Can I borrow your truck?
What do you need my truck for?
I'll see my girl in Vegas.
Oh, she's your girl now?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, have you even met her yet? Actually, we have met.
Hey, dude, we got that big job at Veronica's church, so you can, like, you know, come help and I'll pay you good. Pay your own way to Vegas.
Why don't we celebrate the new job?
Oh, gosh. It's gonna be...
Ew!
Oh,
Back in the
yuck.
bottle? What a move.
What are you doing?
Come on. Let's go. Chase it with the
Oh, he's getting them absolutely shit-faced. Why, though?
So
you
can
gonna take the car?
Yeah, exactly.
Paul! You have your phone!
Uh-oh.
Wait a second. He didn't leave his phone behind, did he?
Oh, no. Oh, gosh.
That shit we took is still in the truck.
Oh, shit.
Remember, I rescheduled my men's group meeting.
Oh, well, honey, I remember they invited me to speak at that panel tomorrow, so.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll for sure try to come home early. Hey, is someone there, George? It's so late.
Yeah, who?
Mom and I are having a sleepover.
Oh,
Amy,
okay.
I used your bathroom.
Oh.
What a weird detail. Hang in your room, lol. That's... Oh, boy.
Oh, gosh.
You brought flowers?
Yeah.
If we're gonna hang out, we can't do anything physical.
Haha.
I have a family.
Cut to...
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't even thinking about that.
Yeah, you were.
Do you smoke?
You know, I used to. All the time before my daughter was born.
Why'd you stop?
I guess I don't have the time or the space.
You got both right now.
She's gonna be messed up.
Yeah.
Yo, you've reached Paul. Don't be old. Just text me.
Don't be old, just text me.
We're pulling up to Vegas, man. Meet us out. No harm, no foul.
I'm about to sell my business for $10 million.
What?
I have to decide if it's worth working nonstop for another 5 years.
I don't even need that much. I'll take a milli.
That's what I would have said in my 20s too. But, like, in different words.
What do you say now?
It's not all about you.
You sound like my brother. He works so hard for everyone but himself, and I see how unhappy he is.
Why is he so unhappy?
I think he's depressed.
Who is that?
Nobody. I don't know why my phone's doing that. I'll turn it off.
Oh gosh.
The moment is past.
Probably gonna have to leave before you wake up tomorrow, but feel free to hang out for as long as you want. Look, you gave me the exact night I needed. It was really nice to do what I want for once. Consider this a thank you.
How much?
I feel like
Well, you keep talking like that and you might get to sleep in the bed.
my brother's gonna be so pissed I took his truck.
Uh-oh.
Seriously, Paul, you're a great guy, and you're gonna be able to accomplish whatever you put your mind to. Don't let your brother get you down, okay? I'm really glad we met.
Can we hug?
Oh boy. Really?
Aw. Okay.
It's an end piece. I'm gonna wait for a fresh one.
I'm an end piece.
Okay. You guys can go. Well, that was an end piece. I don't know if you want
I want
it.
to wait for another one.
Yeah, you guys wait for the good one. Don't get that one.
Oh! Oh!
Hey, Paul! Paul! Get your ass over here! Yo, Paul!
Oh! No! Not the buffet food! Oh gosh.
Why you gotta be the top floor? Paul! Get back here!
45
45?
flights? Are you kidding me? He still has that lobster in his
Still
hand.
got the crab.
The crab.
No! Oh, that's so gross.
Paul, get back here!
It was in my room. Sorry about that.
Oh. Oh, that was a nice misdirect.
Oh yeah.
Open the door. Open the fucking door, dude. Paul, open the door. Whole family in the mission field. Me? I got shipped to LA.
Why are you even here, man? Nobody even likes you.
You know what? Hey.
It's pathetic you guys have to bully me just to feel better about your shitty lives. When you die, literally no one's gonna care.
Oh!
You wouldn't be here without me. You're pathetic.
I could take you.
Get the out of here.
He kind of deserved that. He took the truck. Like,
Yeah.
it's not his.
I saw our next guest backstage and ooh, she's got a brand new look.
What? Wow.
Yo, how do we get to the garage?
Dude, they make it impossible to get out here. That's how they keep robbing us.
Oh gosh.
We have time for one more question.
Oh,
yes. There, in the back. Let's get them a mic.
Oh, God.
Question for Amy Lau. I was sitting in my car, and all of a sudden, this woman just starts honking at me from her perfect white SUV. Starts trolling my business with bullshit reviews, and all you! Give her the mic, X-Men is the best X-Men! Wolverine cannot be circumcised!
That's so random.
The average consumer loves alcohol. I mean, clearly.
I know Miranda.
Oh!
You should not do that.
Yeah.
More fun as a blonde.
I want to stay on.
Oh my gosh.
Nobody ever went broke underestimating the intelligence of the American public, right?
I don't know why he's so mad about a truck.
Uh-oh.
Where are my keys? I don't know you had them. Are you sure? I thought you...
Oh no! After all this. Oh Jesus.
Get down on your knees. You on the ground.
I'm kind of disappointed in her.
For reveling in it?
Yeah, because she had a whole chat with his brother, and I thought I was seeing some sort of empathy that she had for, you know, just how they were maybe in similar situations, that they're both just kind of unhappy in their lives and it's just coming out in a weird way. All of that repressed emotion, the rage, whatever, and then she calls the cops on him and makes it.
She didn't call the cops on him.
I figured that maybe she did.
She just tracked the noise.
Oh, okay,
you know, she tracked the smoke back to the fire.
Sure, but I'm disappointed that she's reveling in it, for sure.
I can see that. The thing is, you have a whole season to deal with here.
I know.
And
it's a lot more fun if the beef continues.
Not just that, I think that the show is deliberately doing things to sort of misdirect. So they were kind of feeding you this idea that maybe she was kind of coming around and maybe she was ready to apologize, kind of like he was almost going to apologize to her. But that's all of that is a misdirect, because you're supposed to feel that. You're supposed to think that, only to realize that it's not the thing that you're used to seeing in movies. You're still dealing with someone who is kind of awful still. And she's still growing as a person. And ideally, by the end of season 1, maybe they're different. Because one of the issues that can happen with a show like this is that the characters stay in this place that makes them unlikable.
Yeah.
And so, like, right now, you're feeling negative towards her because you're like, I thought you were better than that. It's hard to know what you would do in that same similar situation. The thing is, maybe she was coming around. Maybe she was feeling okay, only when he almost sabotaged her shit, and she was just able to pivot out of it. You know, as far as she can tell from her perspective. Being almost ruined might put you back in that place before you had empathy.
I wonder if I'm onto something here. I might just be crazy, but this kind of theme about like the white devil, like the white devil lady, right? And
he's talking about her boss.
Well, yeah, pretty much, right? She is kind of that woman, but like kind of how they manipulate and whatnot. And then you kind of see, they do it for you visually as well, to see Amy kind of like becoming like her boss, you know, with the haircut and the hair color and everything, and then kind of taking on her boss's values. And then at the end, when her friend was kind of like, oh, hey, like trying to get her to, like trying to say hi to her or whatever, and she just like completely ignores her. And she's deciding to give up all of the things that she thought she wanted with her family and having more time and stuff. And she's like, no, actually, I'm gonna be just like this lady and you know, do all the things because I can have it all. And she's kind of buying into her own. That was interesting, that transformation. I wonder if I'm onto anything there. I don't know if I articulated it very well, but just kind of like the idea that maybe she's kind of taking on more of these like white values, you know?
I try not to put too much stock into that, because I think that when you're a minority, you have your experience with relation to white people, whether you're half white or full Asian.
Yeah.
You know, if you were a minority at all, you're gonna have a certain kind of relationship with white people.
Sure.
You know, on the spectrum of positive and negative, and you know, all kinds of stuff. That is way too much to articulate in this moment. Looking at it as he's kind of just dealing with his bullshit. And he's less open-minded, and he's more of he's adopted the perspective of his parents.
Yeah,
right?
He's definitely more traditional. Yeah,
because they've shown white characters in here who are innocuous, for lack of a better word.
Yeah,
like the lady whose profile was misused for Amy.
Oh, her assistant Mia.
All she wants to do is make her boss happy. She's not a bad person. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, she has done nothing wrong. So you already have an example of a white woman in here who's just totally innocuous, and then you have the boss, who is very manipulative and is very much about like, she has ownership over anything in the room. You know, she is kind of messed up in that way. She wanted to have the chair even though it wasn't for sale.
Yeah, like a colonizer.
Exactly, like a colonizer. And so we are in this era where white women are the villains. That's right now. That's a new thing. It's happened in the last few years. They are the butt of every joke.
Yeah.
You know, the Karen is the butt of every joke right now. That will pass at some point. But right now that's what it is, and so it kind of fits into this show.
Yeah.
You know, the top dog is kind of a Karen in a way. She's just like, you know, she comes in the room and entitled, exactly.
Yeah, and looks down on everyone.
Yes, but what you're saying, there is a degree of truth in there, in that only insofar as which you see in a lot of stories where, you know, you have this character who's aspiring for more, and she sees her boss who has all the power, and so she's going to model herself after that. You see that in a lightweight kind of way in a show like Friends, where Joey and Chandler want to look like Tom Selleck, and so Chandler starts growing a mustache or something like that to look like Tom Selleck, because he sees him as a person of power. He wants to be like that person. It's like you want to be like Dad. It's the same kind of, I guess, model or relationship in a way.
Yeah.
And then you come to find out later on, oh, you don't really want to be like that person because that person's awful. Why would I want to adopt those personality traits? I think that's the eventual outcome that's supposed to happen in the show. And so the ethnicities is just sort of colors being used. You know what I mean? No pun intended there. It's just the details. But these themes, I feel like we've seen these themes a lot. In this particular instance, ethnicities being used.
Yeah. And I mean, there are certain things that they're talking about, like, oh, you know, like the white lady probably put him up to that. It's like a lot of the time, mental health isn't really taken very seriously in the Asian community, right?
Correct.
It's like if you say, oh, I'm depressed, it's like, no, you're not, you're weak, suck it up.
Correct.
You know, it's that kind of mentality. And so it's just funny, at least to me, like hearing how, I forget exactly what it was that they said, Paul said, and they're like, oh, that's the white devil, you know, speaking to him or whatever. It just kind of really feeds into that kind of thing within the community where it's like, oh yeah, you know, we're not wishy-washy like that. You know, we're stronger, and if you can't hack it, then you're just weak, you know?
It's very interesting watching this show being half Asian, half white. We're both, in case you guys don't know, we're both half Asian, half white. And I think that puts you in a very special kind of position to analyze stuff on both sides. Also can leave you feeling more objective than perhaps someone who's full Asian or full white. Because I've had arguments with my Asian family, I've had arguments with my white family about different things for the other side. I've gotten into weird debates online where I have empathy towards white guys, but I've also had frustrations towards white guys, as you've like heard me complain about.
Sure.
It's like, okay, the two quick examples I can think of is I was hanging out with a group of dudes. I don't want to be too specific because then it'll get me in trouble, but they all happen to be white and I didn't know any of them. Had they all been black, I would have been comfortable and I know they would have welcomed me into the group. Generally speaking, that's what would happen because that's been my experience. If I'm around a group of black people who don't know me, they will welcome me in and I'll be fine, even though I'm half white. When I'm around a group of white guys, even though I'm half white, I won't feel welcomed in. There was this sort of weird thing of like, well, they'll feel comfortable with each other, but I will feel like an outsider. And that's just been my experience. I'm not coming in with a judgment towards them. There's this sort of guard that they have up around me, and I can feel that. At the same time, in the media, I see white guys getting shit on, and I'm like, they're not all bad. Like, I can only imagine what it's like to be a teenager and white, and you're being hit with all this information, and it's like, you're just a kid. You don't know any better. Like, what? But you're being brought up to believe that you're a bad guy in some capacities, in some way. And so I have, my criticisms and my empathy that I employ at the same time, being my ethnicity. I don't know if that was relevant at all, but that's how because of that, I'm using that as a means to kind of give clarity as to why I'm giving the perspective that I'm giving on this show.
I see.
I don't know if it's helping or making things more convoluted. So when I watch this, I see their perspective, but I also see the other side.
Yeah, no, it's interesting because they do a good job of kind of showing all the different sides, right? And it's done in such a way that is so compelling because the characters are really fun. Like, I'm really enjoying his cousin. He's absolutely batshit. And like, I love him. It's just like how he's just so, he's the one with like the worst ideas. And yet Danny keeps listening to him and keeps getting into trouble. And it just goes from like bad to worse, Like, I love how the show kind of takes you on all these twists and turns where at one moment you're like, oh, I think I'm seeing the other side. Maybe we can work through this somehow. Like maybe they'll figure it out and they'll, have compassion towards each other. And then something happens and it's like, no, just kidding. We're still angry. We're not letting this go. And now something else has happened, with him being arrested or whatever. I don't know how serious it's going to be. It might be really bad for his cousin because he's on parole, so he shouldn't be doing stuff like that. Then he's going to have even more reason to take issue with her and hold on to this grudge.
You know where I thought the show was going to go? I thought that she was going to help him out. and just not let him know.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
that didn't cross my mind, but yeah.
Just because I thought she might feel kind of bad about what's happened and whatever.
Yeah.
And she's not going to say anything to him. She's just going to like kind of like bail him out or whatever the case might be. And he might go to thank her and it's like, we're still enemies. Don't talk to me. You know,
okay.
something like that. I thought that's where it would go, but it didn't. So anyways, you guys, thanks so much for hanging out with us. Hopefully you enjoyed this. I'm Jabby Kawai. This is
Achara Cook.
Peace out.